So yesterday we talked about Minecraft Story Mode, which was a very narrative-focused, episodic adventure, which the gameplay kind of took a backseat because it was point and click. Well, today we're talking about another game that's not necessarily point and click. It's more of just like an interactive movie, which there is a bit of a difference between the two of those things. Beyond Two Souls, developed by Quantic Dream. So if you've played Detroit Become Human or Heavy Rain, then you know what to expect with Beyond Two Souls, at least in terms of gameplay. But while Detroit Become Human was kind of sci-fi dystopian, and Heavy Rain was your typical murder mystery, Beyond Two Souls gets into the ghost and paranormal stuff, so if that's up your alley, then I think you'll be a huge fan of the narrative and the story that they're telling in Beyond Two Souls. There are choices you can make that can have a different effect on the outcome of the story, especially the ending. That's where you really have a lot of player agency and choices that you can make that affect things differently. But most of the time, like, when I made a different choice, it was not actually me, like, purposely making the choice. It was because I failed the quicktime events, because the quicktime events are really tough in this game. Like, it's hard to describe, but it's unlike anything else I've ever experienced in a game before that had QTEs, where it's like, you have to move in the direction that the enemy is about to hit you in, and if you fail it, like, you're not gonna die. Jody, the main character, doesn't die, but what happens is it can change the outcome and cause maybe other people to die or other things to happen that could have been a better outcome if you actually passed all the QTEs. So that's where, like, yeah, technically there are different choices you can make, but most of the time it's inadvertently you doing the different choices, not you actually, like, having narrative choices to make. But you have plenty of that too, where you can decide, like, okay, clearly it's outlined what the choice is and what the difference is between those two decisions. I would say it's not quite as black and white as Telltale, where you clearly know, like, the choices out in front of you and they're outlined and you understand completely what the difference is there. In Beyond Two Souls, it's a little bit more nuanced, same with all the other Quantic Dream games, that I can't really directly compare it to Telltale, even though it is choice matters, even though it's more of like an interactive story and not actual gameplay. But yeah, it's one of those things that I think you would enjoy it if you actually get your hands on it. It's more of a laid-back experience. You're just pretty much just experiencing the story for the most part, rather than, like, oh, having to learn this deep, complex gameplay system and get, like, just into this game and having to learn the mechanics, because that's a lot of the time with, like, when you pick up a lot of these games for the first time, is that you have to spend several hours just to get accustomed to the mechanics and the gameplay. In this, you're, like, right into the story and you're right into everything, and it's great that way. So that's why I like playing titles like this every now and then, because it doesn't really require a whole lot of brain power. I mean, you're thinking more like, you know, you're focused on the story and the narrative, but the gameplay itself takes a back seat, which kind of seems antithetical to a video game, but I think it works out great, especially when it comes to Beyond Two Souls. Now, in terms of graphics and the overall visual presentation, I was blown away because this came out in 2013, right? That's 12 years, and it was originally released on the PlayStation 3. That being said, I think the facial animations and the overall graphics, like, they look pretty close to realistic in my opinion. Like, they look like believable characters. It, like, almost feels like you're watching a movie, sort of. And they even have black bars on the top and the bottom of the screen, so it seems like a cinematic, like, you know, when you're watching a movie and they have the black bars. I actually had it turned off in a mod, so I actually have the full screen taken up. I hate black bars on my screen in video games and in anything else. I like it when the whole screen is taken up, so you can just download a little mod on PC to get rid of that, and I think it looks a lot better, and it's just much more enjoyable that way to not have black bars on the top and bottom of the screen that take up like a third of your screen. Nah. So that's the one thing. And yeah, it's on PC. They released it on PC a few years ago. Same with all the other Quantic Dream games, Heavy Rain and Detroit Become Human as well. Unfortunately, if you're an Xbox or Nintendo player, you are shit out of luck. You cannot play this game or any of the other Quantic Dream games, which sucks because they're really good experiences. But Beyond Two Souls, I would say, is my second favorite game from Quantic Dream. Detroit Become Human's gotta be number 1, and then Heavy Rain is number 3, because the writing and the actual acting in Heavy Rain is a little bit over the top and cartoonish, but not in a way that it's meant to be. Like, it's actually supposed to be serious, but the acting performances are just kind of piss poor to the point where it's like, yeah, no, what the hell did they do? But they're actually really good, because you got people like Ellen Page and Willem Dafoe actors that like are actually experienced actors that know how to convey emotion and bring life into their characters. And I think that was great, adding like actual actors into there instead of just regular voice actors, because it was all motion capped and everything, and it really does feel very believable, like it's a Hollywood production. And I just love the whole dynamic between Jodie, who's the main character, played by Ellen Page, and Aiden, who is her twin brother that died before she was born, but then he came back to life as a ghost. So that's where her ghost powers come from, is her brother who is dead but is still with her. And she can, through Aiden, use all these different powers, including possessing other people, literally having a force field in front of you to dodge bullets that are coming at you, and so much more that you can actually utilize in the game. And it's so great, and it's so satisfying, you know, to kind of see that dynamic play out and do those different things in the game. And it feels awesome. It's one of those games you have to really experience for yourself to truly understand. I have a full Let's Play on the Let's Play channel that I'll leave at a pinned comment so you can see more of the game if you're curious. And I would say that it's probably like a solid 8 out of 10 experience. I think it was really fun, and I enjoyed every minute of it. And because it's still aged remarkably well, graphically speaking and visually, and like I said, the facial animations even like look really fantastic still, and that you can get it really cheap if you wait for it on sale. You get it for maybe like $5. It's easy for me to recommend in 2025. I think you'll love it.